Greetings, my fellow adventurers. It's Elara. Welcome back to our cozy sanctuary, where the mystical and timeless world of the Legend of Zelda comes alive. Tonight, we journey into the heart of Hyrule, where ancient powers, brave heroes, and dark forces collide in tales of courage, destiny, and legend. So, find your most comfortable spot. Let the whisper of enchanted forests, the hum of ancient relics, and the call of adventure stir your imagination, and allow yourself to be swept away into these captivating stories of bravery, wisdom, and a land forever shaped by the heroics of Link. Let me know in the comments where you're from and what time it currently is. Let's begin. The Tears of the Twilight. In the land of Hyrule, where the rolling green fields stretched towards the distant mountains, and the sun bathed everything in a warm, golden glow, peace reigned. However, just beyond the kingdom's borders, a strange and unsettling mist had begun to creep in, spreading like a shadow over the land. It was the return of the Twilight realm, and with it came whispers of forgotten curses and an ancient sadness. This is the story of Link, the hero of time, as he embarks on a journey to unravel the mystery of the Twilight's return and save Hyrule once more. Link was in Kakariko village when the news first reached him. The villagers spoke of strange creatures lurking in the nearby forests, creatures that moved like shadows and faded into mist when struck. The wise elder of Kakariko, a woman named Impa, had seen these signs before and recognized them immediately. This is the work of the Twilight, Impa said gravely. But how? The realms were separated long ago, and the Mirror of Twilight was destroyed to prevent its return. Then how can it be here? Link asked, his hand instinctively resting on the hilt of his sword. Impa looked away, worry etched across her face. I fear that something or someone has found a way to break the barriers between our worlds. Determined to get to the bottom of this, Link set out on his journey. His first destination, the Faron Woods, where the strange mist was said to be the thickest. As he ventured through the forest, a chilling silence fell, broken only by the rustling of leaves and the occasional snap of a twig. And then he saw them, dark figures, flickering in and out of sight like shadows. They were the creatures of the Twilight. Link fought his way through the creatures, his sword cutting through the mist with ease. But as he reached the heart of the woods, he saw a figure waiting for him. A tall, cloak being, its form shifting and flowing like smoke. It was a Twily, a being from the Twilight realm. "Who are you?" Link demanded, raising his sword. The figure raised its hands in a peaceful gesture. "I mean you no harm, hero of time. My name is Neri, a guardian of the Twilight realm. I have come to seek your help." Link lowered his sword, his curiosity piqued. "My help? Why would a creature of the Twilight need my help?" Neri's kin was hidden beneath the hood, but Link could sense the sadness in his voice. "The Twilight realm is fading. Our magic is dying, and with it, our people. A curse has fallen upon our land, spreading shadows across Hyrule as well. Only the power of the light and the courage of a hero can break it. Link nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation. What must I do? There are 3 tiers of twilight hidden throughout Hyrule, Neri explained. These tiers contain the essence of our ancient magic, sealed away long ago to prevent the darkness from consuming us. You must find these tiers and bring them to the Twilight Fountain, where our realms converge. Only then can the curse be lifted. With Neri as his guide, Link set off on a quest to find the tiers of Twilight. Each tier was hidden in a place of power, guarded by creatures of both Hyrule and the Twilight Realm. The first tier lay in Lake Hylia, hidden beneath the ancient waters. Link donned his Zora armor, diving deep into the lake, where he encountered the Shadow Leviathan, a monstrous creature with glowing eyes and scales as dark as night. The Leviathan lunged at him, and Link had to rely on both his skill and agility to evade its attacks, using his hookshot to strike its weak points. After a fierce battle, Link emerged victorious, clutching the first tier of twilight in his hand as the Leviathan faded into mist. The second tier was hidden within Death Mountain. The Gorons spoke of strange tremors and dark smoke that had begun to rise from the mountain's heart. When Link entered the volcanic caverns, he found the Molten Wraith, a creature made of fire and shadow, blocking his path. With Neri's guidance, Link used the Gale Boomerang to create whirlwinds that cooled the Wraith's fiery exterior, allowing him to strike. After a grueling battle, Link retrieved the second tier from the ashes of the defeated Wraith. The final tier was said to be in the Desert Colossus within the Gerudo Desert, a place sacred to the ancient spirits. As Link made his way across the sands, he faced his toughest opponent yet, the Twilight Reaper, a spectral figure wielding a massive scythe, its cloak billowing in the wind like a shadow. The Reaper moved with incredible speed, and Link had to combine his strength, agility, and courage to overcome it. After an exhausting duel, the Twilight Reaper vanished into the sands, leaving behind the third and final tier of twilight. With the 3 tiers of twilight in his possession, Link journeyed to the Twilight Fountain, a hidden spring on the edge of Hyrule, where the 2 realms touched. The fountain glowed with a soft, ethereal light, its waters shimmering with a magical aura. Neri approached the fountain and gestured for Link to place the tiers in the water. As he did, a surge of energy filled the air, and the tiers dissolved, their essence merging with the fountain. The waters began to glow brighter, casting a light that seemed to reach into the very heart of the Twilight Realm. But just as the ritual began to complete, a dark figure appeared, a Twilight sorcerer, cloaked in shadows, who had followed Link to the fountain. "You meddle in powers you cannot comprehend, hero," the sorcerer sneered, his eyes gleaming with malice. "The twilight will consume both realms, and I shall rule them all." Link drew his sword, ready for a final battle. The sorcerer summoned creatures of darkness, surrounding Link in a storm of shadow. But with the power of the Twilight Fountain and the courage of the hero of time, Link fought with renewed strength, his sword glowing with a radiant light. The battle was fierce, each strike ringing out as light clashed against shadow. With Neri's guidance, Link used the power of the fountain to counter the sorcerer's dark magic, channeling the combined essence of Hyrule and the Twilight realm. In the end, Link delivered a powerful strike, his blade piercing through the sorcerer's heart. With a final scream, the sorcerer dissolved into mist, his curse broken. As the first light of dawn broke over Hyrule, the mist lifted and the shadows faded. Neri thanked Link, his voice filled with gratitude and sorrow. "You have saved both our worlds, hero. The Twilight realm will no longer threaten Hyrule, and my people can finally find peace." With a heavy heart, Link watched as Neri faded back into the twilight, leaving behind only the memory of their journey together. The hero returned to Hyrule, knowing that the bond between their worlds would forever be a part of him. And thus, the tale of Link and the Tears of Twilight became legend, a story passed down through the ages, a reminder of courage, sacrifice, and the balance between light and shadow. The Phantom's Lament. In the land of Hyrule, where rolling hills and shimmering rivers stretch across the landscape, an ancient temple lay hidden deep within the Lost Woods. This temple, known only to a few as the Temple of Spirits, was said to be a place where lost souls gathered, bound to the world of the living by unfinished business or unresolved grief. The people of Hyrule avoided it, for the temple was cloaked in mystery and haunted by the voices of the past. Our tale begins with Link, the hero of time, who had recently returned to Hyrule Castle after a journey to restore peace in a distant land. However, he had barely settled in when Princess Zelda called upon him with news of a new threat. Late one evening, Link was summoned to Zelda's chamber. She stood by the window, gazing out at the moonlit kingdom, her face troubled. "Link," Zelda began, her voice soft, but filled with worry. "There have been whispers of disturbances coming from the Lost Woods. Travelers have reported hearing mournful wails and seeing strange figures near the edge of the forest. I fear that something ancient has awoken." Link nodded, ready to help. "What would you have me do, Princess?" "There is a place," Zelda continued, "known as the Temple of Spirits, hidden deep within the woods. It's a place where the souls of the restless gather. I believe that something has disrupted their peace, and if left unchecked, these spirits may spill out into Hyrule. I need you to investigate and, if possible, restore the balance." Link agreed without hesitation, knowing the journey would be dangerous, but determined to protect Hyrule. Armed with his sword, shield, and a lantern to light his way through the darkness, he set out for the Lost Woods. The Lost Woods were dense and foreboding, filled with twisting paths and eerie silence. As Link made his way through the labyrinthine forest, a thick mist began to envelop him, making it harder to see. The trees seemed to close in around him, their branches reaching out like skeletal hands. After hours of wandering, he finally stumbled upon an ancient stone doorway. Hidden beneath a canopy of vines, the entrance to the Temple of Spirits lay before him, emanating a faint, ghostly glow. Link took a deep breath and stepped inside. Inside the temple, the air was cold and heavy. Faint whispers echoed through the halls, voices of souls long departed. Shadows flickered along the walls, cast by Link's lantern as he walked deeper into the temple. The walls were adorned with ancient carvings of Hylian symbols and images of spirits moving between worlds. As he ventured further, he encountered phantoms, restless spirits in ghostly armor, wielding spectral weapons. They moved silently, their eyes glowing with an eerie blue light. Link fought them off, his blade passing through their ghostly forms as he struck, but each encounter left him feeling more drained, as if the phantoms were mapping his very strength. At last, Link reached the heart of the temple, a vast chamber with a cracked stone floor and pillars that stretched toward the ceiling. In the center of the room was an ancient well, shrouded in darkness. As he approached, he heard a soft, mournful melody echoing from within. A figure began to emerge from the darkness, floating above the well. A phantom, cloaked in a tattered, flowing robe, its face obscured by a shadowy hood. This was no ordinary spirit. It was the Phantom King, ruler of the lost souls within the temple. "Why do you disturb my slumber, mortal?" The Phantom King's voice echoed, sounding like the wails of 100 voices in unison. Link held his ground, gripping his sword. "I am here to bring peace to this place. Your sorrow has begun to seep into Hyrule, threatening the living." The Phantom King tilted his head, as if considering Link's words. "Peace. There can be no peace for those who have been forgotten, who linger here, bound by regret and unfinished tasks, unless..." His voice trailed off, and a silence fell over the chamber. "Unless what?" Link asked, feeling a chill run down his spine. The Phantom King extended a ghostly hand. "Help me complete my task, and I will release the spirits bound to this temple." The Phantom King explained that he had once been a noble knight of Hyrule, tasked with guarding a powerful relic, the Sapphire of Shadows. This gem had the power to bridge the worlds of the living and the dead. However, he had failed in his duty, and the gem was lost to time, leaving his soul forever trapped in the temple. "If you find the Sapphire of Shadows and return it to me," he said, "I shall open the gates and let the lost souls find their rest." Link agreed, and the Phantom King gestured towards an ancient, crumbling map on the wall. It showed a hidden passage beneath the temple, leading to a long, abandoned crypt, where the sapphire was said to be hidden. Link ventured down into the crypt, a dark and foreboding place, filled with the remains of ancient warriors and the echoes of long-forgotten battles. The air was thick with decay, and the shadows seemed to move of their own accord. As he descended deeper, he encountered more phantoms and specters, each more menacing than the last. Finally, he reached a chamber where the Sapphire of Shadows lay on a pedestal, glowing with a faint blue light. But as he approached, the room began to tremble, and from the shadows emerged a powerful guardian, a shadow wraith with armor forged from darkness itself. The battle was fierce, the wraith moving with supernatural speed and striking with deadly precision. Link had to rely on both his agility and courage, using his shield to deflect attacks and his sword to pierce the wraith's defenses. After a tense struggle, he managed to strike the wraith's core, and it dissolved into mist, leaving the Sapphire of Shadows unguarded. With the sapphire in hand, Link returned to the Phantom King, who awaited him by the ancient well. The Phantom King took the Sapphire of Shadows, his spectral form glowing as he held the relic in his hands. "At long last," he murmured, his voice filled with a strange mix of sorrow and relief. "Thank you, hero." With a flick of his wrist, he cast the sapphire into the well, and a surge of light erupted, filling the temple with a warm glow. The whispers faded, and the shadows lifted as the spirits were released from their bonds, their souls finally finding peace. As the light dimmed, the Phantom King turned to Link one last time. "You have given us what we have longed for, hero. May the courage you have shown guide others in the living world." With that, the Phantom King vanished, his form dissolving into the air as the temple began to crumble around Link. He rushed out just as the entrance collapsed, sealing the temple and its secrets for good. Link emerged from the lost woods as dawn broke over Hyrule. The land bathed in golden light. The shadows that had once plagued the woods were gone, and peace had returned. He made his way back to Zelda, who awaited him at Hyrule Castle. "Thank you, Link," Zelda said, her face filled with gratitude. "You have restored balance to our kingdom once again." Link nodded, though his heart was heavy with the memory of the Phantom King and the spirits he had helped release. He knew that he had done the right thing, but the echoes of their laments would stay with him forever. And so, the story of the Phantom's Lament became legend, a tale of courage, sacrifice, and the power of a hero to bring peace to even the most haunted of souls. The Vale of the Forgotten. In the kingdom of Hyrule, legends spoke of a hidden land known as the Veiled Realm, a mystical place that lay between the waking world and the realm of dreams. It was said that those who entered this realm would encounter visions from both the past and the future, as well as reflections of their own deepest fears. The Veiled Realm was sealed long ago by the ancient Sheikah to prevent its power from falling into the wrong hands. Yet, it was also said that on the rarest of nights, under a blood moon, the veil between realms could be pierced. Our tale begins with Link, the hero of time, who is haunted by strange dreams. Each night, he finds himself walking through a foggy landscape, hearing whispers calling his name. His dreams are filled with visions of a dark presence spreading over Hyrule, and he senses that the fate of the kingdom is somehow tied to these visions. One evening, Link is summoned to Hyrule Castle, where Princess Zelda awaits him. She is troubled, her face pale as she recounts a vision she recently experienced. "Link," Zelda begins, "I saw a shadow in my dream, a dark figure, cloaked in mist. This figure was seeking something powerful, something hidden in the Veiled Realm. I believe it is the Amulet of Illusions, an artifact that can make one's dreams into reality. If this dark figure were to find the amulet, they could bring nightmares into our world, plunging Hyrule into eternal fear." She takes a deep breath, her eyes filled with determination. "The blood moon will rise tonight, opening a path to the Veiled Realm. I need you to retrieve the Amulet of Illusions and prevent it from falling into evil hands." Without hesitation, Link agrees, understanding the weight of his mission. Armed with his sword, shield, and a mysterious dreamcatcher charm that Zelda gifts him, an ancient artifact meant to protect him from illusions, he sets out to find the entrance to the Veiled Realm. Following Zelda's guidance, Link journeys to Mount Lanayru, a sacred place said to be connected to the Veiled Realm. As he reaches the mountain's peak under the blood moon's red glow, a thick mist begins to envelop him. The air grows colder, and the landscape shifts as he crosses into the Veiled Realm. In this strange, otherworldly landscape, the sky is a swirling red and purple, filled with distant stars and shimmering lights. Shadows move at the edges of Link's vision, and he hears faint whispers echoing through the mist. Using the Dreamcatcher charm, Link navigates the shifting paths of the Veiled Realm. The charm emits a soft glow, revealing hidden paths and dispelling illusions. As he travels deeper, he encounters phantasms, ghostly figures who take on the forms of his past enemies. He battles them one by one, their forms flickering as they dissolve back into mist upon defeat. After what feels like hours, Link arrives at a clearing where an ancient tree stands, its branches twisted and gnarled. Beneath the tree sits a figure cloaked in shadow, humming a haunting melody. As Link approaches, the figure rises, revealing himself to be a Sheikah guardian of memories, a being tasked with protecting the secrets of the Veiled Realm. You seek the Amulet of Illusions, don't you? The guardian says, his voice echoing like distant thunder. Many have tried to claim it, but few have left this place unscathed. Link nods, gripping his sword tightly. I need to retrieve it to protect Hyrule. The guardian tilts his head, considering Link's resolve. Very well, hero. To prove your worth, you must face the trial of reflections. You will encounter 3 visions, each representing a piece of yourself. Past, present, and future. Only by overcoming them can you reach the amulet. The guardian gestures, and a portal of mist opens before Link. Steeling himself, he steps through. The first vision takes him back to a scene from his past, the battle of the Great Deku Tree. Link finds Himmel facing a younger version of himself, armed only with a wooden sword and shield. The young Link fights bravely, but is filled with fear and doubt, memories of his first great challenge. Link approaches his younger self and encourages him, reminding him of the courage it took to face his fears. With his words, the younger Link grows stronger, and the vision fades, showing that Link has overcome the doubts of his past. The second vision brings him to the present, in the Hyrule Castle courtyard. Standing before him is Princess Zelda, but her face is clouded with worry. She speaks to him, questioning whether he can truly bear the burden of protecting Hyrule. Link listens patiently and reaffirms his dedication to the kingdom and to her, assuring Zelda that he will not falter. Her face softens, and the vision dissolves, representing his acceptance of his duty in the present. The third vision is shrouded in mystery, a shadowy future. Link sees himself as an older, weary warrior, standing alone in a ruined Hyrule. A dark figure looms before him, one that he knows he must face. This vision fills him with dread, but he resolves to fight, even if the future is uncertain. The vision fades, leaving him with the realization that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to fight despite it. With the final trial completed, Link finds himself back in the clearing with the Sheikah Guardian, who nods in approval. Having proven his worth, Link is allowed to proceed deeper into the Veiled Realm, where the Amulet of Illusions awaits. The amulet rests on a pedestal, glowing with an eerie light. But as he reaches for it, a chilling laugh echoes through the mist. A dark figure emerges from the shadows. It is Vaati, the Wind Mage, a sorcerer long thought defeated. Vaati smirks, his eyes gleaming with malice as he approaches Link. "You have saved me the trouble of finding the amulet, hero." Vaati sneers. "With its power, I shall weave nightmares across Hyrule and watch as the people are consumed by their fears." Link draws his sword, ready to confront the mage. The two engage in a fierce battle, with Vaati conjuring illusions and shadowy creatures to disorient Link. Using the Dreamcatcher charm, Link is able to dispel the illusions, focusing on the real Vaati. The fight is brutal and intense, with Vaati teleporting around the arena, launching dark magic and summoning creatures from the Veiled Realm. Link dodges and parries, using every bit of his skill and courage to hold his ground. Finally, after a desperate struggle, he lands a powerful strike, shattering Vaati's spell and sending the mage back into the depths of the Veiled Realm. With Vaati defeated, Link approaches the Amulet of Illusions once more. He can feel its power, the ability to bring dreams and nightmares into the waking world. But he knows it is too dangerous to remain, even in the Veiled Realm. Channeling the strength he gained from his trials, Link uses the Dreamcatcher charm to shatter the amulet, its pieces scattering like mist and dissolving into the air. The Veiled Realm begins to tremble, and the pathway back to Hyrule starts to fade. Link hurries through the mist, retracing his steps until he emerges from the fog and finds himself back on Mount Lanayru, under the fading light of the blood moon. Link returns to Hyrule Castle, where Zelda awaits him. She listens intently as he recounts his journey, the trials he faced, and his encounter with Vaati. "You have done more than save Hyrule, Link," Zelda says, her voice filled with pride and gratitude. "You have shown that courage is more than strength. It is the light that guides us through even the darkest of times." With the Amulet of Illusions destroyed, the Veiled Realm remains sealed, and the dark magic that threatened Hyrule fades away. Link's bravery and selflessness become another cherished legend, a story told for generations to come. And thus, the tale of the Veil of the Forgotten lives on, a reminder of courage, sacrifice, and the mysterious realms that lie just beyond the veil of dreams. As the tale of ancient magic, courageous heroes, and the timeless legacy of Hyrule comes to a close, let the strength and wisdom of our journey guide you into a peaceful slumber. Remember, my fellow adventurers, that even in the face of dark forces, mysterious dungeons, and the greatest challenges, The courage within us and the bonds we form can light the way through the darkest nights. Thank you for joining me tonight. Until next time, may your dreams be filled with the echoes of ancient legends and the hope of new adventures in Hyrule. Good night.